Hey guys, it's Lewis here. This is my second review today because I went to the cinema again with my good friend Chris Miller, and we went to see The Shining, the 1980 classic movie, because the new one, or the sequel rather, or kind of the sequel, is out next week. So my cinema showed this one. I'm sure they're doing it a few places, and yeah, I like The Shining. I only watched it in recent years, and last year I bought the Blu-ray and I watched it again. Um, and yeah, it's just one of those films that everyone knows because it's been uh, parodied and referenced so many times, and everyone knows all the little bits and bobs to it and all the lines and stuff like that. But it's a really, really good film. I really like it a lot. And yeah, it's just like Stanley Kubrick was such a meticulous filmmaker, what he was quite renowned for, and you can always really tell in his films because they're always so tightly put together. Like, I mean, everything makes sense and everything has a reference. And like in the early scenes of the film, they set up. And I'm going to talk about this like spoilery, obviously, because it came out at least 40 years ago, so you've had your chance. But yeah, they set things up like the storeroom, is gone over to start with, and kind of like um, the hedge maze and things like that, everything, and not in a way that you kind of go, if you're watching it for the first time, obviously not knowing where it's going, you wouldn't go, that's going to come into account later. Like when you watch a film these days and someone says or does something, and you kind of go, yeah, they're going to jab someone with that pencil later or something like that. Yeah, so it's just really nicely done like that, and it's obviously one of Jack Nicholson's all-time great performances. Like, he's just incredible. Like, it's one of his most magnetic and just brilliant performances. And like watching it a few times, you kind of look at it that way, and you kind of go like, how does he even do these things? How do you get into that? There's a great clip online of him working himself up before the big "Here's Johnny" scene, and like it's just him, just everyone's kind of going about a job, setting things up for the scene, and he's just swinging this axe around and growling to himself, and it's just superb. Like, that's why he's the greatest. And Shelley Duvall is really good as well. I think I didn't appreciate her enough in previous watches because you feel sorry for her, but then she's also strong in a way that's not cliched. Like, she's terrified for her life and more importantly for her son, but at the same time, she manages to get through it, kind of thing. Like, but yeah, it's just a beautifully shot, well made film. I know that famously Stephen King didn't like it as a version of his book, but the new film Doctor Sleep, I think they've kind of met middle ground on making him happy and making enough references to the original film. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be my review next week. But yeah, The Shining is great. Thanks.